Hi, Cancer. This is your Lovescope for February 15th through February 28th, 2017. So, the biggest message that's coming through for you guys is kind of one of two things. The first one being, I get the sense that some of you are really considering leaving a relationship that you're currently in, but you may be hanging on because of like children. You are afraid that you will not be able to see your children, okay? For others of you who are considering leaving this relationship, I get the sense that there's somebody else that you are wanting to be with and pursue, because I have the Two of Wands upright and then the Two of Swords reversed. So it's like here's this choice to be made, but with the Two of Swords reversed, you're not blindly making this choice. It's something that you have thought about, and for some, this is between two people, okay? And even if this is between two people, again, it might be that you fear not seeing your child, okay? But for others, I get a sense that you may have just gotten out of a relationship. It could have been a marriage even, because the cards are wedding, deception, and passion. And then Garden in the Gate, first chakra, woman holding heart, angel of strength, caring connection, and then fifth chakra. But under this deception row with the first chakra and caring connection, we have the reversed wheel and then the Three of Swords upright. So that's why I'm saying some of you, I feel you were broken up with, like somebody broke up with you or left you, and you are still very much in love and you still feel a lot of passion and you want to talk to them, but it's like they are, no, I have made my decision, it's final. And it leaves you, in the space of feeling as though it's not fair and like the will turned against you and you're sad. If you are a Cancer who just got out of a relationship, I mean, you could have ended the relationship for other reasons, and doesn't mean you're not sad and feeling a lot. But what I have up in the Sexual Magic Tarot is the Death card, and it's death to this relationship that had a very strong bond, okay? And we have true love here. So for some of you, you guys are really struggling right now with this breakup, and maybe even for some, you guys didn't break up that long ago, and you've just caught wind that they're getting married to somebody else, and this feels like a deception to you, or maybe they're having a baby with somebody else. But I feel it more so that they're marrying somebody else, or even for some of you, you could have been involved with somebody who is married, or you are married and you were involved with somebody else who feels like your true love, but for whatever reason, that relationship is now ended, and you are in the energy of the sadness and mourning right now, many of you. But with your advice cards from Spirit, I have focus on love and listen to your heart. So if you are in a state of sadness and feeling brokenhearted, and maybe even for some of you betrayed, focus on love. Focus on loving yourself. Focus on healing yourself. Focus on balancing the foundation within you, okay? Because that is the way for you to heal and move past this energy where you feel deceived or betrayed. And now for others of you who are married and there are children involved, and you're considering leaving a relationship, Spirit is saying to you, listen to your heart, but slow down. Don't make any sort of major life decision, because with the first chakra here, this is like going to be majorly disruptive. And when the Garden and the Gate card come out, this is like where you truly have everything you need, you're comfortable, you know, but there's this whole other world outside of this gate. And so this is you trying to make the decision on, do I stay in this relationship or do I leave it? And no matter what, it's going to take a great deal of strength, okay, if you leave it. It's going to take strength. But Spirit is saying you need to really listen to your heart, not any sort of like passionate energy or sexual chemistry, desire for anybody else. You need not pay attention to that in making this decision, okay? You need to slow down and come into a place of stillness and really listen to your own heart and focus on love. Because sometimes when we're in relationships for a really long time, we can feel like, you know, there is a death to our passion and our sexual connection, okay? But that doesn't always mean that it's not there. It's, where have you been putting your focus of energy? Where has your partner been putting your focus of energy? Because for some of you, it's like, instead of leaving this relationship to go be with somebody else, or just outright leaving the relationship because you don't feel like it has anything left for you, if you have a real deal conversation where your emotions are out there and there is no bullshit, this here is 100% straight up, straightforward, okay? Passion can be reignited in this relationship through a conversation, all right? So if you are thinking about leaving a relationship, especially a marriage, really think about it and don't make a hasty decision. Do not. Even if you're like, no, I've already made up my mind. With slow down here, you may regret leaving this relationship. I'm just going to say that, okay? If you guys, because with caring connection here, it's, some of you, it's like you are the one being the deceptive one in this partnership, okay? And I'm telling you, I really feel as though you will regret this later. So you really need to think about it. And if you have been cheating or thinking about somebody else, maybe that's what needs to come up in this conversation. Or maybe it's your partner that's coming to you that's, you know, like, hey, I'm into this other person or whatever. There's a relationship here that can survive and can reignite a beautiful passion if everything is just put out on the table and the truth is told, okay? Because with true love here, I'm already halfway through the readings, and I think this is, yes, this is the first time true love has come out, okay? So focus on love, listen to your heart, don't make hasty decisions. Now, if you are a Cancer where you just got out of this breakup or somebody left you, Spirit is saying, listen, you have the strength to leave this familiarity of what you have known for quite some time, of this caring connection. But your heart is, as low as you may feel right now, your heart will not be broken forever, okay? Look at how big this heart is that she's holding. For some of you, this to me is like a relationship that shows up once your heart is restored back into this place and you don't vow forever to never love again, okay? This relationship comes in for you guys. And I'm just going to point out that this card, card 30, is also the number of this card. So what this tells me is those of you who are hanging on to the past or hanging on to somebody who really doesn't give you the same love and affection that you put out there, when you're willing to let it go, let the heartbreak go, and leave out of here, this is what awaits you with somebody who has a heart as big as yours, okay? And there will be a lot of passion there, but this is a choice that you must make. And because these come out the way they do, I think for many of you that have, are struggling with this heartbreak, you know that there's no more viability in this relationship. You know that. You know that it's over, it's done, and that's why there is so much heartache attached to it, okay? Yeah, so main message is, if you are in a relationship with somebody, really consider all factors before you leave it, and do it in all honesty, because I feel if you're deceptive, you're going to regret it later. And if you're just trying to end the relationship because you have a new passion and chemistry and desire for somebody else, that, when you have an intense physical attraction to somebody and there's a lot of chemistry, you can be easily fooled by that. That isn't forever after kind of energy. That's like to experience some intense moments, and that's about it, all right? The ever after energy is far more stable than that. It has to be, because that crazy passion chemistry, it's not sustainable. Even when two people are falling in genuine love and there's that crazy passion chemistry, that doesn't last forever, and that there's a reason for that. It's not sustainable. It doesn't mean that you don't stop desiring your partner. It's just that there is a period when you are first together with somebody where it's super intense and hot. And now when you're in a relationship with somebody else and you start feeling that chemistry for another person, do not let that deceive you. Do not let that trick you. Okay? That is not sustainable. That's just a moment. And it's not worth losing a marriage or an entire history of a relationship over. It's so not. So if you find yourself in that position, you really need to slow down and go back into your heart space, because I feel you will very much regret this. It doesn't feel like it's, no. It doesn't mean the relationship you're in may not be sustainable, but if anything, this isn't for you to leave it or cheat. This is more of a, red flag. Hey, if you're feeling this for somebody else, what's wrong in the current relationship you're in? Where did the imbalance come into play? Because you can never blame the other person. Yes, if you're with somebody who's just a shithead all the time, well, you can't really blame them because you continue to stay with them. Okay? And I will say this, I was the love of my life. He was very mean and selfish, but when he was awesome, he was awesome. So, that's how I justified his crappy behavior. And in the end, he totally, fucked me over. But I can't blame him, because it's not as though he wasn't showing me many, many times over the years who he truly was. It's just that I chose to stay because I thought I loved him. And so it would never have been in my best interest to get back at him either for the things that he has done. It's really about yourself always. And if you find that you're feeling this crazy passion for somebody that's not your partner, it's more about you and what's going on inside of you, and it's not about that person at all. It really isn't. And that's why Spirit says slow down and listen to your heart, because this may be prompting you that, hey, yeah, this passion still does exist inside of you and it can happen in this relationship, but are you focusing your self and your energy into this relationship the way that you have focused yourself into this other person. So really think about that if that is your situation, okay? And again, for those of you who have been dealing with this heartache, or you are single, I definitely see like these last 2 weeks of February, there's opportunity for love, but don't let this stand in your way of it, okay? Don't let this stand in the way of it, because I see that preventing some of you from giving somebody else a chance that is a much better connection and has the potential to be something quite amazing. So don't let your heartache stand in the way of beautiful new love. Maybe if there's beautiful new love showing up and you're like, I don't feel ready, maybe that spirit is saying that it's time to let the heartache go so that you can have the kind of love that you really deserve, with a big whole heart from another individual, where you do have passion and great communication, and the choice of you guys being together, it's equal, it's mutual. There's no hidden agenda, there's no deception. It's kind of all out there in the light, where is in the past relationships, that's not really what you were experiencing. So that's what I have for the energy of Cancer for love and romance for the last 2 weeks of February. I hope that resonated with you and offered you some guidance. Really listen to your heart, Cancer. Focus on love these last 2 weeks, and be strong, and don't be afraid to step out of the familiar if you need to, okay? So have a beautiful second half of February. Take care.